Hello and a warm welcome to MLC TV News Oct, reaching you live from the city of Lokoja, the confluent state of Nigeria. I am Matthias Ayodeji Peter. The news headlines. President MUHAMMADU Buhari blames buildings on water channels, disregard for early warnings and climate change for the disastrous floods. First aircraft lands in New EKITI Airport. Japan's Prime Minister orders Unification Church investigation as scandal engulfs party. And former world heavyweight champion Deontay Wilder made a spectacular triumphant return after a year-long layoff, knocks out HELENIUS in first round. Now the news in detail. The President MUHAMMADU Buhari on Sunday blamed buildings on water channels, disregard for early warnings and climate change for the disastrous floods ravaging Bayelsa State and other parts of the country. He also directed that all federal agencies dealing with rescue and disaster management offer all needed assistance to the state. This came after reports by the Bayelsa state government revealed that 700,000 persons have been displaced in about 300 communities and villages in 5 of the state's 8 local government areas that were submerged in water due to rain causing flooding. According to Shehu, the president expressed sadness at the devastation caused by floods in the state. He also extended the nation's condolences to the family of the victims and all those affected by this natural disaster. Kogi State government has expressed commitment to providing adequate health care services to flood victims in the state. Commissioner for Health, Dr. Zachary Usman, made this known when he led teams from the Ministry of Health, Nigeria Medical Association, State Primary Health Care Development Agency, State Insurance Agency, and State Epidemiology to visit internally displaced persons IDP camps in Lokoja Metropolis. Dr. Usman said the visit was to assess the basic health needs of the victims in the camps and ensure adequate provision of those needs. The commissioner noted that some members of the medical teams had earlier distributed relief materials to victims across the camps in the state, stressing that it was an addition to government's effort to providing basic medical care to ensure safety of lives of the victims. Dr. Osman maintained that the state government was working towards preventing outbreak of diseases that may likely be caused by the flood. The commissioner assured that the state government will provide the basic needs across the IDP camps, saying procurement of the materials were ongoing. He appealed to well-to-do individuals to support government in meeting the yearnings of the victims. Usman urged the various IDP camp leaders to set aside a day to clean their environment as well as to monitor the activities of the people in the camps. Over 1,000 households in Kogi State have received relief materials from the founder of Living Faith Church, Bishop David Oyedepo. Apart from the headquarters of Winners Chapel in Lokongoma, Lokoja, other branches within the Lokoja metropolis, including Living Faith Church Adankolo, Gadumo, Ganaja, 500 housing units, and other local government areas, including Ibaji, Ankpa, Ajakuta, Basa, and others, benefited from the relief materials. Members from across all their network of churches in Kogi State were beneficiaries, as non-members who registered as flood victims were also captured in the distribution as food packs that contained rice, beans, and gari, and a sum of 10,000 naira was given to each beneficiary. While flagging off the distribution of the relief packages, the state pastor of Living Faith Church in Kogi, Pastor Fred Atabo, described the gesture as an initiative of the president and founder of the church, Bishop David Oyedepo. His word, they thank God for the leadership of the commission and the apostle of the commission, Bishop David Oyedepo, who heard about the flooding and immediately mobilized resources to ensure that something gets to the people. The prophet over the commission is praying for the people, and the testimony of the prayers is that they have not lost any of their members. History was made on Saturday when the first aircraft touched down at the newly constructed EKITI Cargo Airport along Ado-Ijon Road, Ado-Ekiti, the state capital. The inaugural landing of the aircraft was witnessed by a jubilant crowd and other dignitaries, including Governor Kayode Fayemi, Minister of Trade, Industry and Investment Niyi Adebayo, Ekiti Speaker Funmi Afuye, his deputy Hakeem Jamiu, and other top government officials. The flight with registration number NAF 930 belonging to the Nigeria Air Force landed at the airport around 10:20 a.m. with the Minister of Aviation Adi Sariki and officials of the ministry on board. Fayemi was elated at the aircraft landing and construction of the airport in record time. The outgoing governor, who described the airport as a dream come true for Ekiti people, said the facility would boost the socio-economic growth and development of the state. He added that the project, which began in 2019, was geared towards unlocking the vast potentials inherent in EKITI to attract investors, provide easy transportation of agricultural produce, job opportunities, and open EKITI for rapid development. Fayemi said the inauguration of the airport was in fulfillment of his promise to continue to work for the people of the state who elected him to do his very best to the last day in office, saying the project saw the light of the day despite the very limited resources available to the state. Aviation Minister Sirika also announced to the excited audience that the federal government will set a cargo facility at the airport. He described the EKITI airport as an extremely very important project, which would in turn facilitate import and export of goods and commodities. The new governor of EKITI State, Biodun Oyebanji, whose government was inaugurated on Sunday, has assured the people of the state that he will deliver on his campaign promises to position the state for peace and prosperity despite the present challenges. This is just as he announced the freezing of government accounts. Oyebanji, the winner of the June 18 governorship election, was inaugurated by the state's Chief Judge, Justice John Adeyeye, shortly after his deputy, Monisade Afoye, was inaugurated. Among the dignitaries at the inauguration were the All Progressive Congress presidential candidate, Bola Tinubu, 3 former governors of the state, Dr. Kayode Fayemi, Ayodele Fayose, and Adeniyi Adebayo, who is the current Minister of Trade. Former Chief of Defense Staff Abayomi Olonisaki and former Chief of Army Staff Azubike Iyejirika. Others included Governors Rotimi Akeredolu of Ondo, Babajide Sanwo-Olu of Lagos, Dapo Abiodun of Ogun, Godwin Obaseki of Edo, Abubakar Bagudu of Kebbi, Simon Lalong of Plateau, Zamfara State former Governor Abdulaziz Yari, and Osun State Deputy Governor Gboyega Alabi. Oyebanji said as he assumed the leadership of their dear state before God and the distinguished audience, it is indeed an emotional and historic moment for him that destiny has placed upon his shoulder the onerous task of furthering the journey to the actualization of EKITI prosperity, which was and remained one of the core mandates. The governor added that his goal was to build on the progress made by the previous administration by ensuring that all of their children can access free and qualitative basic education up to the senior secondary school 3, with curricula that prepare them adequately for further learning or the job market. Also speaking on the occasion, Tinubu, who lauded the EKITI people for voting for Oyebanji in the governorship election, assured the people that the governor would not let the state down. He also urged the electorate in the states to continually support the All Progressive Congress in all elections, particularly the forthcoming 2023 polls. He says, shine your eyes and prevent vote riggers from stealing your votes. Meanwhile, the governor, Oyebanji, has restrained Yinka Oyebode as his chief press secretary and also appointed an academic, Dr. Abibat Adebuyoro, as the secretary to the state government. The Lagos State Governor, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, has also congratulated Oyebanji and the new deputy on their inauguration. Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has said his administration is committed to peace and fiscal development in every part of the state. The governor stated this during the inauguration of the Peace Park in Ketu. Sanwo-Olu, during a press briefing, disclosed his administration plan to create a park in the state and name it Peace Park to serve as a reminder to the citizens of the peaceful protests against the abuse of human rights. He said when they made a promise about a year ago that they are going to build a Peace Park, a place that will bring all of the people together, that will further the unity, commonality, and sense of equity that they have as a state and as a people, that people never believed in. That they also tell the people that they are committed to changing the face of Lagos as part of the development team in all nooks and crannies of the state. The State Commissioner for Environment and Water Resources, Tunji Bello, said the Peace Park is an initiative of the governor to create and dedicate a particular park to the promotion of peaceful coexistence in Lagos State and of all the residents of the state and to continue to live in harmony. The General Manager of the Lagos State Parks and Gardens Agency, Adeton Popola, thanked Sanwo-Olu for the initiative to create the park. If you are just joining us, it's MLC TV News Oct. We'll be right back after the short break. Do stay with us.
Get human interest stories right here on MLC TV with entertainment, sports, business, culture, tourism, and fashion news stories all featured on MLC TV. Not forgetting political and current affairs news, state and federal government and people's matters will be discussed regularly on MLC TV. MLC TV, your one-stop online destination for unbiased, accurate news, entrepreneur ideas, and youth matters to the rest of the world. MLC TV, reaching everywhere, informing everyone.
Welcome back. The Nigerian Broadcasting Commission on Sunday ordered Governor Bello Muhammad Matawalle of Zamfara to immediately reverse the directive to shut down some licensed media houses in the state. The NBC also advised the governor to apologize to the people of the state over the illegal action. It was reported that the state government, in a press statement on Saturday, ordered the shutting down of some select media houses for allegedly violating government order and journalism practice. The statement issued in Gusau by the Commissioner of Information, Ibrahim Dusara, listed the affected broadcasting organizations as the Nigerian Television Authority (NTA) Gusau and the Federal Radio Corporation of Nigeria (FRCN), Pride FM. Others sanctioned by the State Security Council include Gamji TV, Gamji FM, and Al Umma TV, which are privately operated. The NBC in its statement said it has notified the state government of the gravity of the illegality and requested it to expeditiously reverse the directive and apologize to the people of the state. The statement, signed by the Director General of the NBC, Balarabe Shehu Lela, enjoined all security agencies in the state to ignore the call to restrict staff of the affected stations from conducting their legitimate duties. The Commission maintained that it would resist any attempt to cause a breach of law and order anywhere through the misuse of the broadcast media in Nigeria before, during, and after the 2023 national elections. While urging all broadcast stations to ensure strict compliance and avoid any action inimical to democratic governance and peaceful coexistence in Nigeria, the Commission stated that it will not relent in its resolve to discharge its mandate according to the NBC Act, CAP-NII laws of the Federation of Nigeria, 2004. Now on foreign. Russia launched kamikaze drones attack Kiev on Monday morning, days after Russian President Vladimir Putin promised that there will be no need for more massive strike on Ukraine. Photo shows the drone swooping low across the skies of Ukraine capital as police officers fired at them from the ground and residents crowded to shelter. Other images show smoke rising from the explosion across the city. Kiev's Major Vitaly Klitschko confirmed 2 blasts in the city's central Shenkivis district. Strikes were also reported in Sumy province in the country's northeast and in Dnipropetrovsk in the southeast, where a fire broke out at an energy facility after it was hit by a missile. Mitro Zinchensky, the governor of Sumy, reported a rocket attack on critical infrastructure facilities shortly after 5 a.m. in the region's Romansky district. There are victims, he reported on his Telegram channel. Klitschko said that as a result of the drone attack, a fire broke out in a non-residential building in the Shevchenkiv district and several residential buildings were also damaged. The mayor also uploaded a photo of debris seen on a pavement, written, "The wreckage of one of the kamikaze drones that attacked Kiev this morning." Andriy Yermak, the head of the president's office, confirmed the attack in a telegram post shortly after 7 a.m. According to the Ukrainian military officials, kamikaze drones are cheaper and less sophisticated than missiles, but have proved effective at causing damage to targets on the ground. The Shahed 136 drones are able to remain airborne for several hours and circle over potential targets before being flown into enemy's troops, armor or buildings and exploding on impact. Speaking to journalists after a summit with regional leaders in Kazakhstan capital Astana, the Russian leader said that the recent strike had destroyed 22 out of the 29 targets in Ukraine set by the military and that they are getting the remaining 7. Japan's Prime Minister Fumio Kishida has ordered an investigation into the Unification Church as he attempts to revive his political fortunes amid a scandal linking his party to the religious group. Kishida has initially been reluctant to increase scrutiny into the church, whose members are colloquially known as Monis. But on Monday, his education minister, Keiko Nagaoka, said the probe will begin immediately. Depending on the outcome, the church could lose its tax-exempt status. Media reports said the church, formerly known as the Family Federation for World Peace and Unification, has been under the spotlight since the assassination of the former Prime Minister Shinzo Abe. The suspect in the killing, Tetsuya Yamagami, has said he targeted Abe because he believed the politician was a supporter of the church, which he blamed for bankrupting his family. The political fallout from Abe's death has put Kishida on the defensive amid a slew of revelations linking the church to hundreds of MPs in his ruling Liberal Democratic Party. A party investigation that was intended to draw a line under the scandal had the opposite effect when it was revealed that half of the LDP's lawmakers had associated with the organization. The controversy has sent Kashida's cabinet approval ratings plummeting, with voters apparently unconvinced by his call for LDP lawmakers to cut their ties to the church. The Unification Church, a deeply conservative organization founded by the Reverend Son Myung-moon in South Korea in 1954, has been accused of pressuring members in Japan to pay exorbitant sum of money for spiritual items that will purportedly relieve them of bad ancestral karma. The church, which is denounced as a cult by its critics, has denied any wrongdoing. The investigation is expected to examine whether the church has harmed public welfare or committed acts that contravene its status as a religious group. It could be ordered to be dissolved under the Religious Cooperation Law, a move that would deprive it of its status as a tax-exempt religious organization. It would, though, be able to continue as a religious entity. Let's now join Jonah Malik for our sports update.
And on sports update, with a 1-0 scoreline, Liverpool and Manchester City contest at Anfield saw an end to an exciting match week in the English Premier League. Mohamed Salah scored the winning goal as Liverpool put their weight in an excellent performance to hand Manchester City their first defeat of the season in the English Premier League. Liverpool moved up to 8th place in the table with 13 points, while the champions remains second on 23 points. Arsenal are 4 points clear at the top of the table after beating Leeds United 1-0 at Elland Road thanks to first-half strike by Bukayo Saka. The Gunners are riding high on 27 points while Leeds United drop to 15th on the table with 9 points. Just beneath 3rd place Chelsea in the English Premier League table, neither Manchester United or Newcastle United could get the upper hand as the match ended in a goalless draw at Old Trafford. The result leaves the Red Devil in 5th place on 16 points and Newcastle 1 place back and a point behind on 15 points. Mason Mount was the hero of the afternoon after scoring twice in Chelsea's 2-0 victory against Aston Villa. The result keeps the Blues in 4th place on 19 points, while Steven Gerrard's side remains at 16th place with 9 points. Southampton finally ended their losing streak of 4 straight losses at St Mary's Stadium with a 1-1 draw against West Ham United. They, however, remain in the relegation zone, sitting in 18th place of the table, while West Ham United moved up to 12th place. Tottenham Hotspur had their best start in Premier League history, masterminded by Antonio Conte, as they beat Everton 2-0 at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium in North London. England's captain Harry Kane scored a penalty that cemented their win and took them to 23 points, same with Manchester City, although they remain in 3rd place due to goals advantage. Still on sports, former world heavyweight champion Deontay Wilder made a spectacular triumphant return after a year-long layoff, knocking out Finland's Robert Helenius in the first round on Saturday. Wilder stopped HELENIUS after 2 minutes and 57 seconds with a powerful right-hand punch to his face, improving the American's record to 43-2 with 1 drawn and 42 KOs. It was a great night, Wilder said. A week shy of his 37th birthday, Wilder climbed into the ring for the first time since an 11th round knockout defeat to Britain's Tyson Fury last October. Wilder had lost his World Boxing Council crown and unbeaten status to Fury in 2020. Wilder's victory likely set up a 2023 fight against compatriot Andy Ruiz, a former world champion, with the winner poised for a chance at the WBC title. But Wilder didn't rule out trying to fight Ukrainian's unbeaten Alexander Usyk, who owns all the heavyweight division other major titles. And that's sports update on MLC TV News. I am Malik Jonah reporting. Back to our caster for more stories.
Thanks for the update, Jonah. And on our entertainment news. Nigerian superstar Kiss Daniel is set to perform his hit single Buga at the 2023 FIFA World Cup in Qatar. This news was broken by Kizz Daniel on his official Twitter account, where he revealed that his prayers to perform at the World Cup has been answered. Kizz has enjoyed a successful 2022 with his single Buga becoming one of the biggest singles out of the continent. After embarking on a successful Afro Classic tour of the UK, US, Canada and some selected African countries, Kizz Daniel is set to take Buga to the biggest event stage in a competitive sport. The 2022 FIFA World Cup is set to hold in Qatar from Sunday 20th November to Sunday 18 December 2022. Fans will be excited at the news of getting to see Nigerian artists perform at the World in what is another high point for Afrobeat. Our reporter and cracker actor Robbie Coltrane has died at the age of 72, his agent has said. The Scottish star, whose real name is Anthony Robert Macmillan, was best known for playing the beloved Argot game Hagrid and starring as criminal psychologist Dr. Eddie Fitzgerald in ITV's crime drama Cracker. His agent of 40 years, Belinda Wright, said Coltrane died on Friday and thanked the medical staff of the Fort Valley Royal Hospital in Lambeth, near Falkirk, in Scotland, for their care and diplomacy. In a statement, she added, Robbie was a unique talent, sharing the Guinness Book of Records award for winning 3 consecutive Best Actor BAFTAs for his portrayal of Fitz in Granada TV series Cracker in 1994, 95 and 96 with Sir Michael Carbon. It will probably be best remembered for decades to come as Hagrid in the Harry Potter films, a role which brought joy to children and adults alike all over the world, prompting a stream of fan letters every week for over 20 years. Coltrane was made an OBE in the 2006 New Year's Honour List for his service to drama, and he was awarded the BAFTA Scotland Award for Outstanding Contribution to Film in 2011. The actor is survived by his sister Annie Ray, his children Spencer and Alice, and their mother Rona Gemille. And now on crime. 2 persons were reportedly killed while 3 others injured as unknown gunmen attacked a Celestial church located in Felele, Lokoja, Kogi State. An eyewitness told journalists that the gunmen, who were fully armed, stormed the church and started shooting sporadically late Sunday evening behind NNPC mega station in Felele. It was further learned that several others scrambled for safety. The injured victims are currently receiving treatment at the Federal Medical Center FMC, Lokoja. The Kogi State Police Public Relations Officer PPRO Williams Ove Aya confirmed the incident on Monday morning. According to him, hoodlums invaded the church and started shooting at worshippers. It was a distress call that the Divisional Police Officer of B Division Felele received that hoodlums invaded a Celestial church behind NNPC mega station and they began shooting. 2 people were confirmed dead in the hospital, while 3 are receiving treatment. The Commissioner of Police has deployed operatives and ordered the Deputy Commissioner of Police in charge of investigation to commence investigation to unravel the cause of the attack with a view to arrest the perpetrators. And that's the size of our package today. Join us tomorrow at the same hour to watch our news as we give you updates on happenings within and across the globe. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, MUHAMMADU TV. Like and follow our Facebook page, MLC TV. Instagram MLC TV 2021, Twitter at MLC TV 1. For your event coverage, information, contribution, adverts, and sponsorship, please call any of our numbers displayed on your screen. Join us Friday and Saturday to watch our special programs. It's Malachi TV, reaching everywhere, informing everyone. I am Matthias Ayodeji Peter. Please continue to be your brother's keeper to build a united and peaceful society together. Thank you till I come your way.